Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Hollywood Now. As always, we're bringing you the hottest and the most up-to-date news in Hollywood.
That's right. Tonight we're giving you the 411 on the most recent breakups, the best movies hitting the big screen, and we'll even tell you which heartthrob left his musical groups after years of loyalty.
So sit tight and stick with us because we have all that and more on Hollywood Now.
We always dreamed about this better life, this better life. We always felt it coming all along, yeah, all along. Come on, baby, we can hit the lights, make the wrongs turn right. We can smash the clock, make the pop go rock. With a love this deep, we don't need no sleep, and it feels like we could do this all night.
Now, kicking things off tonight, Kendall Jenner. Now, I know we talked about her last week with her
Right.
new game with her sister. Well, this time, it's for a different cause. She's in Calvin Klein jeans. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, first off, she's the new face for Calvin Klein jeans, and it's good for her because you know what? She's also going to be on the cover of Vogue in April. Big month for Kendall. Now, she's bringing back high-waisted jeans and swag and overall. She even has a crop top on, showing off her abs. Every picture of her in this campaign is just flawless. She's doing her thing.
And one of my favorite ones was the jean jacket. I feel like the jean jacket's making a comeback. You know, the high-waisted shorts and the high-waisted jeans have been around for a little bit, but the jean jackets are starting to come back, which is really cool because you really haven't seen that since the 90s. And the 90s are, hate to say it, but 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
Which is a little weird.
But they're coming back. That's what you've got to do. You've got to switch things up.
Exactly. Speaking of switching things up.
What's happening?
Zayn leaving 1D.
I've heard. You know, people are going insane. You know those Directioners. They don't play about
They
their
don't.
5 group. But now it's not
no.
5, it's 4 because...
I mean, Zayn decided to just leave.
Bouncing.
22 years old. He's like, you know what? I just need to move on. I want to be a regular 22-year-old. I'm like, why? You're One Direction. You're like one of the best bands ever.
Yeah.
Really.
These fans are so pissed that they're like, you know what? We need to take over their management group. We need to do it.
They
So
wanna-
they're trying to raise $35 million.
They want to buy One Direction, which is actually insane. Like, if I was a member of the band, I would just be ecstatic. Like, oh my God, my fans want to buy me. Just actually pretty cool. I mean, people are pledging, like, I've seen $5, $10, even $300 to buy the band from Modest Management. And I think, what is the group called again?
One Direction.
One Direction, but no.
The Sixth Alliance is the
Sixth
name of the group.
Alliance,
Now,
yes.
Forbes said last year they're worth over $70 million. So this $35 million is kind of like a laugh. It's a cute gesture, but they're not buying anything. Let's be real. They're worth more than that.
I think a lot of people would agree with you.
They're talented. But stick with us because up next we're going to give you guys a little bit information on what else is going on in the movies realm.
3 words: sex tapes, yacht parties, and Mark Wahlberg. You guessed it, we're talking about the newly released trailer for Entourage the movie. And here's a peek at the trailer.
Sadly, all good parties must come to an end.
Lloyd!
You're upset.
Upset? I gave you $100 million. You're 15 million over. You agreed to not go over.
Because you said I couldn't direct unless we agreed.
Someone sound the alarm, I'm ready for trouble.
It's been 4 years since the HBO series ended, so people are excited to see the beloved cast on the big screen for the first time. The trailer reveals the original Entourage cast and many other celebrity cameos, including T.I., Jessica Alba, Mark Wahlberg, Pharrell Williams, Warren Buffett, and of course, Billy Bob Thornton. The comedy focuses on Adrian Grenet's character, Vincent Chase, who doesn't just want to star in Ari Gold's film, but wants to direct, although problems quickly arise when Vince blows through his $100 million budget. Sadly, we'll have to wait to find out what happens until later this year on June 12th when the film hits theaters. One series that we shouldn't expect a movie from is Mad Men. The last 7 episodes of AMC's acclaimed drama are almost here, and if you were hoping that the series might live on in the form of a movie, according to John Hamm, that's very unlikely. Speaking with E.T. at AMC's Black and Red Ball on Wednesday, the Mad Men star said that he didn't believe the nature of the series would lend itself to the film format. Hamm said, "I think the show as it stands is a pretty nice story. I'd hate to have to kind of shoehorn it into the constraints of a film." In lighter news, let's talk about one sexy sequel that is hitting a snag. Despite 50 Shades of Grey becoming a worldwide hit and grossing over $558 million at the box office, it looks like they'll have to replace someone on their team. Director Sam Taylor Johnson won't be returning to direct the sequel 50 Shades Darker. Multiple sources claim the director's constant arguments with author E.L. James over the direction of the film during its production forced Taylor Johnson to reconsider her options. Allegedly, James is interested in adapting the second book herself. Universal might be considering the option, but no decisions have been made. No worries though, the film stars Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan are still on board to star in the sequel when production starts early next year. Unfortunately, HBO is not on board to continue their attention-grabbing show, The Looking, after just 2 seasons. The show's ratings tumbled in its second season, with the finale drawing under 300,000 viewers. The dedicated fans still have something to look forward to, as HBO reveals plans to give the series a finale special to tie up all the storylines about a group of friends living in San Francisco. The network released a statement saying, quote, "After 2 years of following Patrick and his tight-knit group of friends as they explored San Francisco in search of love and lasting relationships, HBO will present the final chapter of their journey as a special. We look forward to sharing this adventure with the show's loyal fans." That's all the TV and movie news for now. Let's send it over to Danielle and Jonas.
Thanks, Ania. Jonas, will you tell us what's going on with Angelina Jolie?
Well, Angelina Jolie has a lot of things going on in her life right now. So Jolie had to make the difficult decision of getting her fallopian tubes and ovaries removed after doctors detect a possible sign of early cancer. If you remember, she had a double mastectomy in 2013 to reduce her risk of getting breast cancer as a result of losing her mother, grandmother, and aunt to ovarian cancer.
I can't even imagine.
According to Jolie, she carries a gene that gave her a 50% risk of developing ovarian cancer.
And not everyone's applauding Jolie's decision.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Katie Hopkins, a TV journalist and television personality, fired back with some pretty hateful tweets. Hopkins stated, "Angelina Jolie, smug, doesn't even come close, curating her organs to maximize life expectancy." And some other obscenities, which may have mentioned she spelled maximize wrong. So if you're going to do that, might as well try and get the grammar correct.
Then again, she is from, the UK, so they spell things differently. So it makes sense. Well, in other news,
Not in my book.
For all the Scandal fans out there, if you can't get enough of Scandal and are obsessed with Olivia Pope's style, then you're going to love Washington's revelation in an interview she did with Edit magazine.
She actually believes that there's 3 components that go in with the popularity of the show, which are live tweeting, wine, and Olivia Pope's fashion, which I could not agree more on.
It makes sense. Washington and Scandal's costume designer, Lynn Paolo, understand the importance of Olivia Pope's image and how fashion is a significant contribution. Olivia Pope goes for a feminine yet powerful look. She does her thing in that show.
I know, it always looks so
It
good.
certainly helps that Paolo has experience with the former political show West Wing. And Washington herself has 2 years experience in the White House.
That's a pretty hefty resume she got there. And they're trying to veer away also from the typical navy blue, woman in a man suit, Hillary Clinton kind of thing
Very
going on.
boring,
But in other news, Iggy Azalea finally revealed to Vogue she had a boob job 4 months ago.
I saw it coming.
Yeah, she was trying to keep it under wraps because she didn't want to affect her younger fans.
Self-esteem,
Yeah.
makes sense, yeah. She's certainly happy about it, we've heard. She no longer has to wear padded costumes, which, it takes a lot of time when,
Really hot.
doing stage stuff. And she didn't reveal anything about her posterior, which has more people talking, the big.
Yeah. The question is, which is bigger, hers or Nicki Minaj's? Maybe we'll have to get back to that along with Hollywood's latest gossip with relationships. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Well, Danielle, can you tell us any news about celebrity couples?
Yes, actually, Zac Efron, ladies, I hate to break it to you, but he's in a relationship with Sammy Miro.
Always gets the good
Describes
ones.
being in a... Yeah, Miro actually comments on the relationship as being definitely different. There's a massive amount of attention that comes with being with the former high school musical star. She understands it comes with the territory and embraces it, which I understand because he is such a hunk.
Well, makes sense. Well, congratulations to the interior design couple, Nate Berkus and Jeremiah Brent. The couple is welcoming a daughter born via surrogate. If you remember, the couple got married in 2014. So congratulations to you guys.
Yes, and they're such... Have you ever seen them on HGTV? They make beautiful homes.
Great
on the
stuff.
interior
Did they do
design.
Rachel Zoe's crib?
Yes, they did. That crib. Welcome to my crib.
It was nice.
Well, going off of that, in different news is Taylor Swift. The 25-year-old singer was spotted with singer music producer
back at it
Calvin
again.
Harris, which I looked him up recently and didn't know he was also quite the hunk. So
He's all
the
right.
dating pool in Hollywood is looking really slim right now. I'm not happy about it. Anyways, they were seen wearing matching outfits.
That's a
She
little
was
corny.
also rumored, though, to be with the singer Matt Healy of the band B1975. But he later addressed the rumors saying it's bloody fake. It's all fake and it's all a farce.
Oh, that's understandable. Well, moving on to more celebrity couples. Jenny from the Block, this is my favorite song, and Jennifer Lopez. Apparently, Lopez and Casper Smart never broke up. They appeared broken up, according to TMZ, in order to further their careers. Honchos of the film Boy Next Door, which really didn't do that good, thought the buzz would be created if she appeared single, especially if she appeared to be hooking up with her co-star, Ryan Guzman. Casper Smart also went the same route when he was promoting his movie Street.
I mean, they're both hot. I mean, she's 45 and is still like one of the hottest celebrities I've heard of.
Whatever
But
sells the
anyways,
movie.
yeah,
Whatever sells.
Whatever it takes. We're wrapping this up and sending it over to Ben and Alyssa. We're going to set piece to all our Directioners out there about why Zayn is leaving One Direction.
Now, everyone's talking about Zayn Malik leaving One Direction. I feel like it's one of the worst things ever for One Direction fans. But how do you feel about this guy now?
Honestly, he's 25 years old. He's been with the group for 5 years. Even Beyonce had to leave Destiny's Child. Bobby Brown had to leave New Edition.
Justin
and
Timberlake.
Michael Jackson had to leave the Jackson 5. You have to do things to better for yourself, so good for him. Earlier this week, Zayn took to Facebook and said he feels as though right now is the right time for him to leave the band. He also apologized to the multiple fans he felt as though he might have let down and says he feels it's the right thing to do in his heart. He also stated he's leaving because he wants to be a normal 22-year-old who is able to relax and have some private time out of the spotlight. In that same post to Facebook, One Direction shows support to their former band member by saying they're really sad to see Zayn go, and they totally respect his decision and send him all of their love for the future. In addition to that Facebook post, we have Simon Cowell, the creator of One Direction, who said, quote, "I would like to say thank you to Zayn for everything he has done for One Direction. Since I met Zayn in 2010, I have grown very, very fond and immensely proud of him. I wish him nothing but the best of luck."
I mean, yeah, and especially for fans, you know, the show must go on for One Direction. They just started a new tour. You know, they're out there touring again. Well, I'd be like, what is it called? One More on the Road again, I believe
On the
the
road,
tour
yeah, I
is?
believe that is what it's called. The show must go on, as always. That's what you have to do. And I heard there's, you know, video of him leaving the studio,
Yeah,
so possibly solo career.
Solo career. I mean, you got to think these guys started out from, you know, the British was the X Factor with
Yes.
Simon Cowell, put them together. So, you know, they weren't, it wasn't like, you know, they were brothers for life. I mean, well, they are. But like from the beginning, at least, you know, they met through this. So, but hey, who knows? Hopefully, we hope for the best for him and obviously for all the One Directioners out there. And now everyone's buzzing about the new movie coming out in June. You know, it's finishing up. Fast 7, Vin Diesel,
Excited.
Paul Walker's last movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, he died in a car crash in November of 2013. And it's a very emotional time for fans and actors. I mean, his brothers came in, and they came in to finish the movie for him. And Vin Diesel spoke a little bit about how, you know, when they first became, like, actual friends. And it was at a time when Vin was expecting his first daughter, and he was a little stressed under the camera. And Paul Walker even said, you should go to the hospital with your family, you know, because that's what really matters. And then Vin Diesel said, you know what, that's what I knew he was going to be a lot more than just a colleague, if you will. And Vin Diesel actually named his new daughter, Pauline, after Paul Walker, which is actually pretty cool. And this is actually pretty cool as well. I read that in 2000, just the type of guy that Paul Walker was, in 2004, he actually bought a low-income military couple's engagement ring for $9,000.
Wow.
Which you just have to respect. I'm sure this movie's just going to hit off. It has all the big guns, big-time action film. And I'm excited to see what Paul Walker has left.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be a shoo-in the box office. It's going to be, I think it's just going to do great. But I wish them nothing but the best of luck. Now, a lot of the time, the Academy, they don't like action movies.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to win many awards. Vin Diesel, he has his all bets on winning so many awards at the Oscars. I think they're going to do good.
I mean, it's going to be
see.
awesome. They're going to make a lot of money, which, you know, where it counts. But at the same time, it's another Fast and Furious movie. All the car junkies out there. I know my father's going to love it. All, you know, everyone working on cars. And it's sweet. I saw a trailer where cars jumping from one skyscraper into another. That's just awesome.
Yeah.
Just awesome action stuff. So I'm excited to see what it has in store.
All right, guys, make sure you guys get your tickets and check out this movie. It's coming out in April. Now, stay with us and make sure you check out last week and next week's episode of Hollywood Now. Thanks for watching.